Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Everton versus Manchester United. Goodison Park. 2 o'clock kickoff?
2 p.m.
Just clarifying that. Yeah, very important game. Very important game for both clubs, really. Both clubs are in the hunt for European football. Obviously, Manchester United at the moment probably still think they can get Champions League football.
Why wouldn't he?
No. And obviously, I've just come into a little bit of form as well. Everton obviously set back last week at Arsenal. Very tough run of fixtures now. But within the run of fixtures, we'll find out what this team is really made of and what needs to happen in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was tough losing last week, but United at home, we were very good against them last season. They're not a great side at the moment. Solskjaer's trying to build. They've got good young players in it, but it isn't a settled team. They're doing okay at the moment. Had some great away results. Beat United 2-0. Beat Chelsea 2-0 last week. Followed that up with a 3-0 win against
City recently
Watford.
As well,
beat City away.
At home. Was that home, yeah?
No, beat City away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Beat City away twice this season in the league and the thing. So quite clearly dangerous on the counter-attack. Rashford not being in is a big thing. He's a good player, but then you've still got the threat of Martial and Greenwood, who's excellent. So Everton will have to be wary of United. On
they're a bit like us, aren't they, in terms of the rebuilding. Solskjaer's obviously gone in there, and with the fact that he's a club legend, he has been given a little bit more time. They've got a lot of young players like we have. They're trying to build that going forward. It's just about adding extra players now.
Yeah.
They added, obviously, Wan-Bissaka in the summer. Maguire. They've just added Bruno Fernandes, who looks a really good player and obviously scored his first goal from the penalty spot. And Martial's back in form as well, scoring a few goals. So they're looking to hit good form at the right time and push on. They're obviously still in European competition as well, aren't they? So it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, this time we played them around this time last year, beat them 4-0. But it's going to be a lot closer, obviously, because I just think they're a better player. They've got rid of, I think, where they might lack a little bit of quality, they've got rid of a lot of the kind of players that obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't want around the club. Lukaku went, Pogba's not playing. Now he's doing the classic trick, isn't he, of a player who wants to move, talk up your rivals. Oh, Liverpool are doing great, so that's going to adhere to the fans. Exactly. Also talk that the likes of Jesse Lingard are going to leave as well. Which is Solskjaer's just not going to put up with the antics of these players, which shows you that he is serious about the job.
And if he's allowed to do that, shows United are serious about backing him.
Yeah.
And investing in it.
You'd think that, because they backed him in the summer, pretty much. Didn't get all the targets. They just backed him with Fernandes, who he obviously felt like, if you back me now, we can still get Champions League football. They've still got enough quality. I don't know whether they're going to get Rashford back this season. He's obviously their talisman now, which again's great. To have a kid who's come through the ranks, who's a Man United fan, for him to be the talisman is fantastic. But with Greenwood as well, coming off the bench or even starting games, and they've got other young players in there who've done really well. They have got that a nice core, like I feel like we have, of young players who can take the club forward, and it's just about adding to it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Dan James, who's hot and cold. He's lightning pace, but his final ball isn't there yet, so he's a threat. Fred's much better this season than he was last season. He struggled a bit last season, but he's been better of late. Still got to move out people like Nemanja Matic. He's so slow. He's got good experience. Like Snidling for us, so they know that. They give the young kid Williams a go at left back. He's in the side and looks a good prospect. So they have got good players in there, like good prospects coming through. And it's just a case of marrying it all together. And I suppose for them, they've got people like Alexis Sanchez out the door, although Solskjaer said he's coming back in the summer and will be in their squad. Lukaku, like you said, is gone. They need another option up front, though, I think, because I think Martial on his day is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can rely on him all the time. Rashford is obviously injured.
Yeah.
It's a third one I think they need.
Yeah. The game is like last week. It'll Martial's like one of those players, like obviously like we faced last week with Aubameyang. He's a quality player. If you give him the opportunities, you'll take them. It's just about for us not giving the opportunities away. It's about playing our own game, playing to our strengths, which have obviously been Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I think with them too, I think we can hurt them. I think Dom in the air is fantastic, and I think he'll give anyone a game. And Richarlison pulling off, playing, you know, off him as a number 10, but also as a, you know, playing through the middle as well. He occupies a lot of people as well, and they've made up for the lack of forward play from our midfielders. The centre midfield especially has been so static recently. Yeah. Well, say recently.
Yeah, all season.
Not having that extra play coming through, and which obviously the big change with going to 4-4-2 is enabled to have an extra player going forward, which is mad that we weren't even considering that beforehand. But obviously, Andre Gomez looks like he'll start the game. Unless, you know, hopefully he hasn't had any issues from last week. And when I say issues, what I mean is, you know, pulls or stains linked to the fact that he hasn't played for so long. But he could be huge importance to unlocking this Man United defence that obviously have been doing okay recently.
Yeah, he was brilliant against United last year at home. The thing with having someone like Gomez is that he's able to keep the ball, take the ball, get you up the pitch with it. He's great right and left. And it's having that person that's confidence in his ability. Top players have it in the centre of the park. And for too long, we've been starved of that this season without that. He come in, he got injured at day one at Palace, didn't he? And then he played a couple of games and was injured and was out, and then he was back in. And then started getting into it and got injured again. He's been out for 4 months. Incredible he's back. But we've had nobody when he was fit to complement him. And we've certainly had nobody to do the job when he wasn't there, when he was out injured. And Fabian Delph's been a little bit hit and miss. He's had injuries, so you feel like he's never got a run going. Sneijder and Sigurdsson aren't quick enough, we know that. And Tom Davies is not in form. End of story. And can't. He's in the catch-22, Tom, because he can't get a game because he's not playing well enough. And when he gets in, he's that rusty that he doesn't perform anyway and give himself a chance. So he's just got to knuckle down and train him. But you're right, Gomez having him back will give Everton that extra attacking ability. We should have Theo Walcott back as well, and Luca Dean. So if we have Walcott and Bernard on either side, and we've got Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin through the middle, they can cause United a hell of a lot of problems. And then Gomez pulling the strings, which is why I think he may go with Sneijder, and I know you feel I might go with Delph. Either of them will be fine as long as they work and make sure they give Gomez the insurance to get forward a little bit, because he's going to be the one that gets us playing. And then obviously we'll have to watch them on the counter attack, and because that's their big strength, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Well, listen, we've been in a run of form where obviously we've been beaten by, since Silva went by, obviously Man City, Liverpool in the Cup, and Arsenal. So three big games, but all away from home. We've not, apart from Arsenal,
all by a single goal.
Yeah,
as well.
Apart from Arsenal, which is sort of like Duncan's last game, we haven't faced any of those big teams at home, have we, under Carlo Ancelotti? No. So it'll be an interesting test. It'll be his first big game at home. We've played a lot of what people would say were the lesser teams. But at the same time, you know, if you beat all the lesser teams, you can get where Leicester are. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Leicester haven't really beaten anyone. I think they beat our Tottenham at home. And I don't really think they've beaten anyone else.
No. So Liverpool spanked them 4-0, didn't
Liverpool beat them twice. Man City have beaten them twice.
Yeah. Chelsea
drew with them recently.
Can't remember how they got on.
Man United beat them as well at Old Trafford, I think, as well. So they haven't really beaten
any of the top sides.
Wolves drew with them, I think. So they haven't beaten anyone.
Wolves drew with them twice.
That shows if you beat everyone that you're supposed to beat, you can get into the Champions League places or high up in the European places anyway. So this will be that real first test for Ancelotti. So number one, it's about getting a good start. Crowd going.
Engage the crowd early. Yeah.
Get into your rhythm straight away. How you want to play the game, how you want to dictate the game. But we've got to stay away from making poor mistakes, because even when the teams we've beaten, Watford, silly goals, Palace, a silly goal. The Arsenal goals were all avoidable.
Yeah, shocking.
You know, we've give away silly goals that we need to get away. Even, you know, I mean, I could talk you through loads of goals that we've conceded, that we shouldn't have, that were all poor. Newcastle, yeah, Newcastle. Man City goals were avoidable.
Yeah.
You know. So you can talk all day. We've got to start getting stronger and start dictating. Clean sheet and start dictating how we want to play the game, and not so much reliance on Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Because what happens in that case is you will get a game like last week where Dom doesn't take all his chances or only takes one, and then madly for me he ends up taking part of the blame. And all right, he should be doing better, but it hides the fact that other people aren't doing the work, and at the moment it is only Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin who are scoring the goals. Yes, Yerry Mina got a couple at Watford, and obviously Theo Walcott's goal, but it's all on them. We want to see more of Bernard. Obviously, he got a goal against Palace. We need to start seeing players sitting in the middle of the park. I mean, has any of our centre midfielders scored this season?
Sigurdsson's got one.
In the League Cup?
No, scored against West Ham.
Oh, against West
Ham. In the league.
Yeah.
So he's got one Premier
League goal, yeah.
Schneiderlin obviously hasn't scored. Gomez hasn't scored. Delph hasn't scored. Davis has got 2. That's
awful, isn't it?
Which is terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah, they should all be capable of getting 5 goals. Or playing the Premier League in midfield. Why aren't you capable of putting the ball in the net? Why?
Yeah.
But Everton aren't.
Fullbacks. Don't think they've scored, have they? Apart from Baines in the League Cup.
Hasn't scored.
Sidibé hasn't scored. Has Dean scored this season?
Yeah, he has. He scored a 3.
Apart from League Cup, Lincoln.
He scored in the league. Don't know. Off the
Don't
top
think
of
so.
my head. Trying to think back to the
This
first.
is the problem, isn't it?
Last season he scored against United.
Mina scored a couple, obviously.
Scored a couple. So that's it. You can look through the team and go, people have underperformed. Luca Deans hasn't been up to how good he was last season. You know that. And he weighed in with some massively important goals last season. And other players, you know, Coleman got a couple last year, hasn't scored this year. Sidibé hasn't scored. He's a lad that should. He's got
Walcott's only got
ability. Walcott's got 1 league goal, which was at Watford. So it's simply not enough.
3.
Bernard's got 3. So they need to be adding. What Bernard needs to be adding another 3 before the end of the season. Walcott needs to be adding 3 or 4 before the end of the season. This is a game which, because Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison will occupy United, this might be the game where those 2 are getting the opportunity to score.
Well, that's almost like the sad thing about centre midfield, though, because with Gomez, with him being such a good player, and what we've seen from last week, he can play in almost like that quarterback role. It should allow whoever's playing next to him to be able to drive on. But apart from Tom Davis, that kind of player, I don't feel like we've got that.
Besides Sigurdsson there last week, he didn't do it. He walked around. Delph naturally goes back and takes the ball off the keeper, which is why it's almost like Gomez needs to be the person that drives forward. And when he did that for Valencia, he was an unbelievable player.
It's going to take time.
I'd say it's confidence, fitness. He's not going to be able to be bouncing up and down.
But then again, he needs to, if he drives on, he needs to know that the person behind him
is the insurance.
He's got the legs to get up and down, and that's where...
Listen, we know where the big problems are. And Sunday will be a battle. Engage them in a battle and hope that our creative players
do the
create chances for Richarlison and for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I think off set pieces, we scored at Old Trafford off a set piece, you know, and I think having the likes of Yerry Mina.
Well, it is something that has massively changed recently, you know. Scored off 2 set pieces last week. We scored away at West Ham off a set piece.
2 at Watford.
You know, Watford.
2 set pieces at Watford. So it's good. The ball's in.
Crystal Palace better. We scored.
Palace as well. So it's good movement. Last week we seen Iwobi with a flick on for the second goal. You know, for the Richarlison one. We'd already seen Mina occupying people for the first goal and causing, you know, the problem. So it's good because it might be something tight like that starts. It started it last year against United. It was a long throw and Richarlison done the scissor kick. So, you know, and Luca Dean volleyed one back in off a corner, didn't he? So we know that we can get at United that way. And you have to be good at set plays because the game might be tight and it's won.
Might need that one thing or something to get you back in the game.
One mad stat: Everton have won 4 of the last 7 home games against Manchester United in the Premier League, which I don't think we'd won that many really. Having won 3 of the first 20 in the Premier League, it's berserk, that isn't it? since losing to Norwich, Everton are unbeaten in the last 6 at home. United have won their last 2 Premier League games by an aggregate of 5-0. The last time they won 3 in a row without conceding was January 2018, so 2 years ago. Everton have scored in their last 9 Premier League games under Carlo Ancelotti. Only Liverpool. Everton have scored in their last 9 Premier League games under Carlo Ancelotti, so 9. Only Liverpool, 36. I've got a better record. Manchester United have kept 3 consecutive clean sheets, which is many as they've had in the previous 23. So they're on a decent run. Everton's Gylfi Sigurdsson has directly been involved in 9 goals in his last 9 games against United. 5 goals and 4 assists. Carlo Ancelotti has lost each of his last 3 meetings with Manchester United.
Great.
As many as he'd lost in his first 11 against the Red Devils. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has 12 Premier League goals this season. The last English player to score more in a single campaign for Everton was Paul Rideout in 1994-95. And since his debut for the club, Bruno Fernandes has had more shots, 10, provided more assists, 2, and created more chances, 7, than any other Manchester United player in the Premier League.
Mad.
So just going off that, quite clearly, immediately, Bruno Fernandes is the man to stop.
He's the main man.
Isn't he? And, you know, what was it, 68 million or something? We know he's a good player. He was a good player for Sporting. I've seen Yannick Bolasie talking about him when he left, saying he's a great player, he'd be brilliant in the Premier League once he gets up to speed. Got his first goal last week from the penalty spot. So
good from set pieces as well.
And good from set plays. But it's good. I think it's good that he started well, because your indicators are on them with him. We have to watch him. Whereas sometimes you can be caught cold with these players who he's not playing well, don't worry about him. So that's good. But,
Battle of the Portuguese playmakers.
It will be. But said it before, Everton are very strong at home, and I expect us to beat everybody we play Goodison. Regardless, I'll be fancying us against Liverpool, even though they're unbeaten.
Well,
so
what we don't want is back-to-back defeats. And
if you can't win, don't lose. Is the big because United are close to us.
And what we have shown in recent weeks as well, that fighting spirit, which is hugely important. They all seem together. Well, let's just keep going.
The crowd will be engaged in this one. It's Man United. It's a big game. Sunday, 2 o'clock, and I think the team have done enough to get the crowd behind them, and I think it'll be a good game, and hopefully one we can come out on top in.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What are you expecting from this one? Who do you expect to play in our midfield? Andre Gomez straight back in, who'll be alongside him? And who else would you bring into the side? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want more great videos, join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. See you later.